Welcome to this video on Google Docs and how I want the homeworks done. Okay, let's get into it. So first of all, Subscript. I want these numbers here shown as subscript in chemical equations. How do we do that? We select the number, go to Format, Text, and Subscript. There's two here, O2, Format, Text, Subscript, CO2, that must be Subscript as well. And the H2O subscripts. Okay, so I've made a nice equation there. Now put the cursor in the middle, and I want to introduce an arrow there. So I say insert special character, and I put an arrow in there, and there we have a nice chemical equation. Now let's say I want to look at even nicer. Let me center it, and there we are. So I've centered it, and to make it look nicer, we could even make it bold. Oops, like that. Start again, make it bold, like that. Or if you want to really highlight it, you can select it and increase the font, like that, to make it really look nice. Okay, so these are called subscript. Let's have a look at superscripts. Okay, these are the opposite of subscript. They go above the number, they're like indices. So let me select that, go to Format, Text, Superscript. This is for decimeters cubed, Format, Text, Superscript. Moles per decimeter cubed here. This is a concentration unit in IGCSE chemistry, and this is moles per decimeter cubed, the same unit, but in A-level chemistry. This is how we write it in A-level, mole decimeter to the -3. Let's have a look. Let's change this 3 into a superscript, and in A-level, let's change the -3 into superscript. There we go. So this is superscript. Now, next thing, let's draw a chlorine molecule. Now, to draw in this program, you've got to go to Insert and Drawing and say New. And it brings you to the drawing program in Google Docs. Here it is. So to draw a molecule, I need a circle. Now, it gives you an oval, as you can see, to start with. But if you push the Shift button, it clicks to a circle. So I'm pushing the Shift now at the same time. That's a nice circle. I'm going to have about that size. Now, I don't want the circle here. Oopsie daisy. Let me try that again. It does that for some reason. All right, there you go, nice circle. Now I've got a nice circle here, but I don't want it colored in. So I'm going to this fill color and I'm going to say white. And it makes the circle nice and white there. All right, I'm going to select this. I'm going to copy it and paste it. So I've got two circles now. So to draw a chlorine molecule, these must overlap. Okay, you see the line there tells me when I've centered them, I move them together. Oops, let's move it down a tiny bit. There we go. All right, now there's a chlorine molecule. Now I want to see the overlapping. So I'm going to say this, I want this to be see-through. Okay, so I go to transparent. And there you go. So chlorine molecule's looking good already. All right, I want to now put my electrons in. All right, and my electrons are going to be very simply X's and O's. So I'm going to go to the text box. Okay, and 2 electrons, XX. All right, that's how I'm going to do one bunch of electrons. Let's copy this and paste it. Whoops, wrong thing's pasted. Let's copy this thing here. It's not letting me copy that. All right, let's do it like this, copy. Okay, and now I should be able to move this around. Just grabbing it. Oops, that rotates it. I'll use that in a minute. As you can see, it gives you the angle of rotation as well. Okay, let's rotate it a little bit more. 5 degrees. It might be easier to just do this again. So let's get rid of that entirely. All right, and start again. It's being a bit of a pain. Okay, so there's my XX. Oops. Now I want to select this thing. Okay, I'm going to copy it and paste it. And there we go. I'm using my arrow keys now to move these X's around. There you go. Pair of electrons there. Going to be a pair of electrons at the bottom. Okay, now there's going to be a couple of electrons here as well. Whoopsie daisy. All right, now how am I going to give those electrons? Let's go this down here. Use the select tool. Okay, let's move this down. There it is. Move it down a tiny bit. Move it up. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it about 90 degrees. So it's like that. I'm going to select it now. And I'm going to put those electrons here. So far, so good. I want to put another electron in the bond there. Here it is. And let's move that to the bond. And now the other chlorine atom, I'm going to draw in little circles to show the electrons are not the same. Oops, that's not the right thing at all. Let me use zeros or O's for this, lowercase o's. Okay, actually uppercase might be better. All right, now these are electrons for the other chlorine atom. Again, to get it nice, I'm using the arrows. Okay, copy this, paste this, down. Okay, copy and paste. Whoops, daisy. Well, paste it there, and I'm going to rotate this one's around about 90 degrees. That's good enough for now. And I'm going to put them there. Okay, and I need one more electron for the bond. And there it is. You can see when you've managed to grab it, you get the square tool, this kind of this cross-like thing. And there you go. Let's center it. There you go, there's my chlorine. Make it look nicer. I want to label them, so let's put a CL there. And I've got to grab it. This one's a CL. Let's use the arrow keys. Let's copy it and paste it. And I'll put the CL there. And there you go, a nice chlorine molecule. Save and close. And it automatically puts it into the document. Now, I'm not happy with that. I want this one transparent as well. So I'll go back to my drawing. I'll select this, copy it. Go back to drawing. No. Paste it there. Okay. We paste it at the moment. I don't know why. Let's copy it. And go back to the drawing. It should work, but it's not coming out. Okay, but not to worry about that. Anyway, what you can do is you can take this back to the drawing document and make this circle, this one here, transparent as well. All right. Anyway, that's a nice one. I'd give that one full marks as it is. The last thing I want to look at is how to deal with tables. You have to put numbers in these boxes on the right here. The way you would do it is you would take the selection, copy it, go to drawings, new, and hopefully it should work now. Yeah, paste it, and there is the table. Now, what's the pH of aqueous ammonia? pH of aqueous ammonia is about 9 or 10. Okay, there it is. To make it a bit more, there you go, a tiny bit more centered. There. Dilute HCl, what's the pH of that? That's about 2. So I'm going to say 2 there. Put it in there. Move it around so it looks nice. Sodium hydroxide is about 13, 14. So I'm going to call it 13. Select it. Go down to there, about there. And vinegar has a pH of about 6. So vinegar is 6. And there we are. Use the arrow keys to make it nicer. And there we are. All right, now I'm going to save and close. And it puts it in. There, it puts it in for me into the document. Okay, so as you can see, the original table without the values in has been deleted, and that's fine. I just want the answers. So that's how you use tables. This is how you draw superscript and subscript. Okay, I hope that's useful.